Evening, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your latest transfer news drop for Manchester United, as a third bid will go in for Jarrad Branthwaite according to the Times. There's also more news coming out about this Ugarte bid. Is it true? We'll talk about that, and some absolutely crazy fallout from the Marseille bid for Mason Greenwood. Does it put into jeopardy what David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano have reported to and we've reacted to earlier tonight? Could that deal be in jeopardy because the mayor of Marseille is saying they should not be signing Mason Greenwood? We'll talk about that and a lot more as well. But let's get into the main thrust of the show. We spoke last night about a second bid for Jarrad Branthwaite, 45 plus 5 rejected. So where are we? 35 plus 10 rejected. 45 plus 5 rejected. Times Sport tonight are saying that Manchester United will go in with a third bid and that they're very close to sealing a £43 million bid for De Ligt. So let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that and let's have a conversation about it, because I think, and Way is right, can we stop bidding on Branthwaite? Look, I don't know how this plays out. I don't know how it ends up. Morata limping for Spain doesn't look good, does it? But could he be out of the final? That would be very, very interesting. But let's talk about this. Manchester United, if they make a third bid for Branthwaite, would you be happy about that? What would you do in relation to the fee? Because I've always said that there's maybe one more bid of 50 million and then you walk away. But Everton fastly rejected 45 plus 5. 55 and 45 aren't close. So, you know, we've got to be very careful here. We're all waxing lyrical about Ineos and I think they're doing a great job. But at some point, Branthwaite becomes overpriced. And he is a good player, but he is not, in any United fan's opinion, I think, a player where you pay more than 50 million quid. And my fear is you offer them 50 plus 10 and Everton go, now we're talking a little bit more. We're basically at the point now where we should be saying, you should be talking to us now. You shouldn't be rejecting it out of hand. And my concern is, if the third bid is 50 plus 10 and Everton go, oh, we won't reject it straight away because you're getting closer, United will go, oh, but we're so close. Maybe we will give them 55. And that's too much, because if we offer 55, we look like right prats because our first bid was 35. So Everton will walk away from it going, ha, they offered 35, we got 55. You know, it's 20 million on top. It's another 60, 70%. So I don't mind the third bid. I just worry where it will end up, if you know what I mean. And I feel that I think because Everton rejected 45 plus 5 so quickly, if we offer 50, that should be our final bid. But I worry Everton will go, oh, you're getting a bit closer, a little bit more, and we'll sell him. And United will go, well, we're not far off. We may as well do it. So I just worry about where we might end up with that. But look, you know what? If we buy all the players we want to buy and Ineos feel that he's worth it, at the end of the day, does it massively matter? So we'll have to just see how it plays out. But apparently we are going to do a third bid for Jarrad Branthwaite, which, look, I'll have to see. I mean, I like the player. There's a lot of people out there that say he's not that good. You know, he gets exposed for pace. He's not that good with the ball at his feet. It's all about potential. Take a British passport away and give him a Danish one, he's worth 30 million. And you're probably right. But if he's the number one and United have scouted him, it won't just be because of his British passport. There'll be something about his game that they want to develop, that they think he's good enough, and also the fact that he's left-footed. I mean, look, Anacho's there from Sporting Lisbon. For whatever reason, Man United obviously don't value him as high as Branthwaite. So, look, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what that third bid is and what Everton do. But as I said, my fear is on the third bid, Everton will go, oh, you're not far off, and then we'll have to bid again. Our next bid should be lower, says Keel. Z3 Music Official says, walk away. You're about to get De Ligt and Yoro is in talks after the bid was accepted. Set the standard, says Z3. Well, what if we got De Ligt, Branthwaite, and Yoro? I mean, somebody said to me tonight, actually, I think I read it somewhere on Twitter as well. I forget where it was because somebody sent it to me and I was watching the watch along. And it was something along the lines of, the priority for Man United is actually Yoro and Branthwaite, and De Ligt's the backup. And if they get Yoro and Branthwaite, they won't go for De Ligt. I think complete and utter nonsense. Honestly, I think that's... I mean, I might be wrong. I haven't got a hotline into Ineos, but that doesn't make sense to me. I don't feel that if we get Yoro and we get Branthwaite, we won't get De Ligt, because we... I don't get that. I don't know who's putting that out there and where they're getting it from, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, we've only bid for Yoro today. We've been bidding for Branthwaite for weeks, and we've put a shitload in working with De Ligt. Like, Ten Hag has spoken with De Ligt. Man United really want De Ligt. Ineos really want De Ligt, and we're going to go, oh, sorry, pal. We've got Yoro and Branthwaite now. We don't want you. That's not the feedback that we've been getting. And De Ligt is the replacement for Varane, who is a senior centre-back. Yoro is an 18-year-old, and Branthwaite is a young left-footed centre-back. So I think De Ligt is an absolute priority. I don't think for 1 minute that if we get Yoro and Branthwaite, we won't get De Ligt. I think De Ligt is very, very close. And I'm not saying it's not true, but it doesn't make any sense when you know what Fabrizio and David Ornstein and everybody has said about De Ligt. We've held conversations with him. We've persuaded him. He only wants Manchester United. The personal terms are done. Yes, we've got to get the fee done with Bayern Munich, but it doesn't make sense for United to go, oh, we've got Yoro and Branthwaite now, we don't need you. I just don't see that being the case. And also, it says in the Times again that Man United are very close to doing a £43 million deal for De Ligt. So how it works out, I don't know. If we get De Ligt, which I think we will, and we get Branthwaite and we get Yoro, do we go for all three? You could argue we do need three. You know, Martinez, De Ligt, Branthwaite and Yoro would be a dream. I personally think we'll end up with two, because I do think Yoro is going to be very difficult. But we've got to talk about Yoro as well. Walk away. You're about to get De Ligt and Yoro. We've done that one for it. Sorry very much. Me for Rashford and 150 million. Who says no? Says Son Heung-min. Hand signs all of a sudden, says Nicholas. Vagabond says, can't lie, I want Qatar, but I have to give Ineos their flowers. The deals they're doing are unlike United. And also, Oishan says, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much. We'll sign Branthwaite for about 50 million, 8 million. Too much, Billy, isn't it? Look, it doesn't mean I'm not going to go mad if we spend 58 million pounds on Branthwaite. I just think we've had our pants pulled down. End of the day. Tom Williams says, haven't been on for a while. Hope all is well, Mark. Excitedly, these transfer rumours, De Ligt would be a must for me. Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest with you about De Ligt. He wasn't high on my list, but now Ineos and Ten Hag have, put it out there that they want him. I feel like I'm invested in that deal now. I'd be gutted if we didn't get it done. It wasn't a player I was looking at, but now that we have, I really like it. And I think the way the Bayern Munich fans have reacted to it makes me feel that he's the right personality as well. So I want us to do that deal, and I 100% think we will do. I don't think we'll pull out of it for Yoro and Branthwaite. I think we'll do the deal. Just on Yoro, by the way, there was a fake Twitter account tagging Man United in saying, don't sign me, I don't want to come. The real Lenny Yoro quote tweeted it and said, that's nonsense, please report the account. So some people are saying, ha, Lenny Yoro's saying that it's nonsense. Maybe he does want to come to United. I tweeted it earlier about Yoro. I think that Man United are just testing the water there. I think they know Real Madrid are probably going to win, but they know that Real Madrid don't want to pay what we've offered. So they know that Lille will reject Real Madrid's bid, and Real Madrid are basically saying, wait a year. So I think United are going to have a chat with Lenny Yoro and say, look, you can wait for a year with Real Madrid, but they want you so much that they won't pay what we want. We want you. We're going to pay good money for you. We'll pay you good money. That we actually want you. Real Madrid are saying, we do want you, but wait a year and we'll get you for free. Well, they don't want you then, do they? So I think we're just trying to play the game a little bit there and see if Yoro will take the bait. You may as well try. You may as well try. I think Rude has a say and is keen to bring in Branthwaite, says Abdul. Night and day compared to last summer, this one, says Ryan. Shows Glazers were twats. Hopefully we'll have the season we know Ten Hag can deliver, says Ryan. Chris says, just wanted to say thank you for all the work and content that keeps us up to date. No worries, mate. Talking about people returning from training and stuff, Beth's back on Thursday, so we'll be able to share the load out a little bit. 60 plus 5, get it done, says Craig. Mate, no way would I be happy with 60 million for Branthwaite. No way. What is our budget? I thought it was 60 million, says Nick. It's irrelevant, mate. Don't worry about budgets because people don't really understand how transfers work anymore. If our budget was 60 million, you could buy 10 players for 60 million pounds and just pay 10 million in the first year on each deal. So it doesn't work like that. You know, we used to talk about it like that, but we need to wake up. It's not about that anymore. If our budget's 100 million pounds, it doesn't mean you can buy two 50 million pound players. It means you can buy five 50 million pound players and give 20 million to the club in year one. So yeah, I wouldn't get too perplexed about budgets, because you just don't know what we're paying this year based on what we owe for other players and what we could play next. You just don't know. You really don't. On Ugarte, it would be remiss of me not to give you an update on Ugarte. Yet again, another update coming in about Ugarte. What's the name of the Twitter account? It's that one that always tweeted about Ronaldo in the past. Santi FM. Saying that Man United are going to bid for Ugarte. Well, it's the second night in a row that we've had a French journalist or outlet saying that we're going to bid for Ugarte. My theory is, and I wish I could, well, I wouldn't do it because you shouldn't do it, but in our WhatsApp group, I said about 6 o'clock tonight, Fabrizio's just retweeted his story about Ugarte from the 28th of June, which is over 10 days ago. When Fabrizio retweets a story from the past, it means an update is coming with something. Well, that tweet from June the 28th, which he retweeted, was about Man United and Ugarte having talks about a transfer. So I think what's actually happened is, this evening, is that Man United have had further talks with PSG. I don't think we've put a bid in yet, but I do think something's happened with Ugarte tonight. And that's the update I was going to give you. I'd have to double check, because Fabrizio's probably retweeted or tweeted quite a lot since then. But if you check Fabrizio's timeline, his pinned tweet is about Marseille at the moment. Obviously, Yoro, okay, Dortmund. Let me go. Doing this live. Apologies. It's not that one. He's still tweeting about France. He's been watching the game. He's played the game. There it is. So he tweeted about Mason Greenwood at what time? 7:30 tonight. He tweeted about Mason Greenwood. After that, he retweeted. So actually, it's closer than I thought. So it was about 8 o'clock tonight. Fabrizio Romano retweeted his Ugarte tweet from June the 28th, which said, Man United and PSG have been in touch again in the recent hours for Ugarte. Ugarte has interest from other clubs. PSG are open to selling him. He'd be open to joining United even without Champions League football. Still no formal bid. So what I would say is, according to Fabrizio Romano retweeting a tweet from June the 28th, what he's basically saying is the situation is Man United are in touch with PSG about Ugarte. He wants to join Man United, but there's no formal bid yet. So that is where we are with Ugarte. There could well be a bid going in very soon, but as things stand at the moment, there is no formal bid. Paul, welcome to the Members Club. You're an absolute legend. Sumi says, the amortization of transfers is wild to think about. It's a good thing it isn't variable. Imagine signing a player and he does well too, says Sumi. Thanks for putting in all the daily efforts, says Fergie. Legend, appreciate you. Well, thank you to all of you lot. I mean, I don't know how many videos we've done today, because we've done the Ten Hag press conference reaction. We've done the Greenwood story. We did the Lenny Yoro bids, and then the morning show from the kitchen. So it's our 5th video today. But look, I said it's going to be like this, so make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We are moving close to 1.9 million, which would be great to hit before the start of the season. So please do subscribe, because we're live a lot at the moment, reacting to stuff. So please do subscribe, get involved. You're all legends. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. Bloody hell. Talking about Mason Greenwood. Did you see this? Incredible. Absolutely. I mean, look, I was talking about it on That's Football, so we've already, we've already established, what's going on there. But look, David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano have basically said that Greenwood's agreed to join Marseille, and Marseille have done a deal with Manchester United. Apparently, Morata got injured by a security guard. Bloody hell! Slide tackled him behind. Bloody hell! Southgate must have paid him. But yes, effectively, Mason Greenwood has done a deal with Marseille, and Man United have done a deal with Marseille. But then, and this is what the mayor of Marseille has come out and said about Greenwood. Greenwood's behaviour is unspeakable, unacceptable. Hitting his wife, I saw the images and it shocked me. Attacking his wife in this way is unworthy of a man, and I believe he cannot have a place in this team. I will ask the president of Marseille not to recruit Greenwood. I don't want my club to be covered in the shame of someone who hits his wife. I don't want my club to be covered in the ashes of someone who hits his wife like that. It's not acceptable. Now, look, from a purely selfish point of view, we've been aware of all that for 2 years. It's not breaking news about the accusations about Mason Greenwood. And obviously, he didn't get taken to court. The case was dropped. He didn't get found guilty. And as I said at the time, and we've discussed many times, it would have been better for Greenwood if he didn't do anything, for it to go to court and get found not guilty, because the case got dropped, which is something different in the court of public opinion. But this is the problem, isn't it? The court of public opinion, you can have no justice. People make their minds up. And when you've got the mayor of Marseille saying stuff like that, there will be people who agree with him, and there'll be people who go, he never got found guilty. But that has the potential to make Mason Greenwood go, I don't know whether I want to go to Marseille. And it has the potential for that deal to fall apart. And then Man United are in a real shit position, because we've done a good deal there with Marseille. £27 million and a sell-on clause. We've done a good deal. And not only that, we finally can move on. And he can move on. So from a purely selfish point of view, I really hope that this doesn't lead to the case falling apart, because we're back to square one. And look, in no way is anybody diminishing what the accusations were and the severity of it. We've been surrounded by it for 2 years. But in a footballing sense, he's still with that girl, and they've been in Spain for the last year. So I think as Man United fans, we've got every right to say, look, I hope the deal goes through with Marseille, because we've had this for 2 years, and it would be nice for us as a football club to be able to move on. So I'm hoping that Marseille deal just gets signed and done, because otherwise we could be back trying to deal with something here. But look, just because the mayor of Marseille feels like that doesn't mean the fans of Marseille think that either, does it? And as we know, football can be quite fickle. When they see that they're going to get a player that's that good, that might be something that their fans aren't really that bothered about. But I bring it in because it's news, and it is pretty forthright opinion from somebody who is the mayor of Marseille, isn't it? But look, what I will say is David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano have both said that the deal with Marseille and Man United has been done, and that Mason Greenwood wants to go to Marseille. So hopefully we can get that officially done, and everyone can move on. Hi Mark, he also never came out and denied it, says Gabriel. And Max says, is what the mayor said defamation of character? Yeah, I don't think Mason Greenwood's going to be taking the mayor of Marseille to court for defamation of character, because one, I just don't think it's the right move, and two, I don't necessarily think he'd win the case if you think about it. But look, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about whether the deal's in jeopardy, and hopefully we can all move on and get that deal done, because it's just not what we've had 2 years of this now, and we all just want to move on. And I'm sure the player wants to move on with his family as well, and rebuild his career. And Marseille have obviously made the decision that they want to buy that player. And also, De Zerbi, let's not forget De Zerbi in this case, clearly wants Mason Greenwood. So, yeah, hopefully that deal will still get done. But, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? Mark, even after all these signings, I don't see us threatening any defence. Our attack isn't good enough, says Dash. And Branthwaite is a £35 million player, says Real. His hype is way too high. He's average and his potential isn't that good. Just my opinion from what I've seen, says Rail. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, mate. My opinion is, from what I've seen, I think there's a really good player there with a lot of potential. Also, I think it's very important that we trust the new structure that United have put in place, that we trust Ten Hag, that we trust Ashworth, Barada, Wilcox, because if we don't trust them from day one, then how can they build trust? And if that's what they decide they want to bring in, that's what they want to bring in. Also, I wasn't really thinking about De Ligt back in March, but now that we've brought him in, I really want that deal to happen now. And, I've been convinced. So Xerxes as well wasn't necessarily a player I was thinking about bringing in, but, you want to... You want to get these players in now. Grime says, Ten Hag, no, it wasn't you. Our game model was nice to hear from Grime. Jet says, Time Sports saying we're closing in on signing De Ligt. Yeah, I have updated on that, and hopefully that will happen very soon. I can't see us getting a here we go on De Ligt and Xerxes tomorrow, by the way, simply because the Netherlands are playing. But they'll be out tomorrow night, so hopefully we'll get it on Thursday. Ray Cowley says, if we get all our targets, Yoro, De Ligt, Neves, Xerxes, would you be happy or be let's see how we follow up next season? No, I would be happy, Ray. I don't think we're going to win the title, though. I mean, I've heard a couple of prats today saying if we get all our targets, we can challenge for the title. I mean, if everything went absolutely correct, perfectly, maybe we could do that, but that shouldn't be anybody's expectation that we challenge for the title. Mojo says, Mark, my son has just received his confirmed offer from London School of Economics, which means while I travel to help him settle his university, I also get the chance to go to Old Trafford for the Liverpool game. That's absolutely incredible, Mojo. Looking forward to that, I'm sure you are. Obviously, that's our third game of the season, isn't it? So great, and congratulations for your son as well. Mojo is a legend of the chat. Thank you very much for that. Bilal, we've already spoken about Yoro's tweets. We don't do repeats. And Ian says, thanks for all the streams. Done that one. No, I don't think I have, Ian. Thanks for all the streams, says Ian. Been a joy listening all day at work. Love from America. Great, Ian. Thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed that. Sade says, have we fixed our medical team? Well, Ten Hag mentioned that as part of his press conference. I mean, I can't go back and remember everything we've spoken about today, but he did list off... in relation to Wilcox and Ashworth, he said, it's great to have them around the first team. We're really excited about it. They've been a great addition, bringing structure around scouting, recruitment, medical team and performance, which are all very, very important things, of course. I'm surprised we haven't had any major updates here. Olympique Marseille, yeah, we've done that one. Rabiot, Mark, what do you think about Rabiot now? Well, look, Rabiot's out at the Euros. He's got a decision to make on his future. Look, Man United have tried to get Rabiot for the last 2 years under Erik Ten Hag. Could it be third time lucky? He's available for free. It could be. The two reasons I think we won't do it, and I don't know. I didn't think we'd go for De Ligt because of his wages, and here we are. So I could be completely wrong again. But my prediction will be no, we won't go for Rabiot because the offer that Juventus have given him was about 200 grand a week sterling. And I don't think we can afford to give Rabiot 200 grand a week sterling at 29 years of age. And also, I don't really think we want to sign players that are basically one contract players. I think we want to buy players that come in hungry and want to earn another contract, which is why we're looking at players under 25. That's what I think. But, I might be wrong, and he is out of the Euros. And he will be making a decision very, very soon. Do you think Lenny Yoro is likely to choose Manchester United? I think that when it comes to... Look, as I said before, I don't think we'll get Lenny Yoro because it's been very obvious for a long time that Real Madrid want him and that he wants to go to Real Madrid. And look, when do Real Madrid miss out on players? They don't. We've tried for Camavinga in the past. We've tried for Varane in the past. And they all end up... Look, we lost Ronaldo to them. So I think it would be very, very difficult for us to get Yamal. Sorry, not Yamal. Yoro. But we're also operating in a world that we don't know. We don't know what Ineos are up to. We took Berardi out of Man City. We took Ashworth out of Newcastle. De Ligt is a good deal. Xerxes is a good deal. But they're not deals that you go, take my breath away. Top Gun. You get Yoro, takes your breath away. Are Man United capable of doing that type of a deal where they take your breath away? Well, I guess we'll find out. What we do know is that the bid has been accepted by Lille. So if we convince the player, you're 80% of the way there, but convincing the player is going to be the thing. And yeah. Did we even fix our medical team? Thank you very much for that. Mojo has gifted 50 memberships in the chat. Absolute legend. I told you they were a legend. Absolute legend, Mojo. Thank you so much. And well done if you've got a badge off Mojo, the mayor of the memberships, says Simon. Mark, can you call my wife Anna? We're long time fans of the channel. Nihal, can you call my wife Anna? Hello, Anna. I can't call her. I haven't got a number. Shord says, how many first team players from last season do you think will leave United? I don't know. I think 10 is the minimum, really. When you think about people like Donny, Varane and Martial have gone already. That's 3. I think there's another 7 to go. Shahin says we shouldn't go anywhere near Rabiot. And Alistair says, what is an original excuse for phoning in sick on Thursday morning? Says Alistair. I would tell the truth. I would say I was watching England last night and I ordered, you know, I have had a few drinks. I'm a little bit hungover, but I ordered a takeaway and I've been throwing up all night, both ends. I think it was a bit undercooked, and rest assured, when I'm feeling better, I'll be making a very, very, very bad review on their website. Nobody's going to question you when you say it's been coming out of both ends. That's the way to go. And I'd own it. I'd say, look, I'd had a few to drink, but it's not that why I'm not phoning in. I can't stop doing stuff, you know. Bad takeaway, exactly. How good was Fabian Ruiz for Spain earlier? I think he's been one of the underrated players of the tournament, Craig. I really, really do. I think he's had a fantastic tournament. And Nitin says, even if we sign Lenny Yoro, I feel that he will always have his heart at Real Madrid and might want to move whenever a chance appears, says Nitin. These players can only be good coming into Sean. You know, the interesting thing about Yoro is, and nobody will talk about it, is that if we sign Yoro, and we will sign De Ligt, where does he even play at Man United? It's all right putting a bid in, and it's all right telling him to come to Man United, but where does he play? It'll be Martinez and De Ligt, so Yoro's going on the bench. So I don't know whether anyone's figured this out yet, but we are very close to getting De Ligt, and I do not see us pulling out. Martinez will start, so it'll be Martinez and De Ligt, and Yoro will be on the bench at Man United. Like, it's all right saying he can go to Madrid in a couple of years. When does he start for Man United? Now, somebody did say he can play at right back, and maybe he'll play some games at right back. But look, that's something you've got to sell to Yoro as well. How much does he play? And it's not, as Sky said, he won't play. He's a prospect for the future. Exactly. So he doesn't go straight into the team, I don't think. But £44 million for a prospect. You can convince yourself we're going to do a deal, and then you can convince yourself that we're not going to do a deal. Matt says, if Bruno, for whatever, decided to leave, would you take Dani Olmo, not just based on the Euros? Look, I like Dani Olmo, and he's been linked to United for what feels like years. I don't know that... but you've got to be very careful judging people on the Euros. I haven't seen a massive clamour for Dani Olmo over the last year. There's no doubt he's had a good Euros, but you've got to be very careful about doing that during the Euros, because you just don't know, do you? I like Cucurella. look, I would take Cucurella from Chelsea as a left back. I've said it before. We're not going to be buying a first choice left back, I don't think, anyway. We need somebody that can play at left back when Luke Shaw is injured. And I think Cucurella would be an interesting target. Obviously, I'd love us to sign Gutierrez, but I don't think we're going to have that type of a signing. So I do like Cucurella. Yeah, but I don't know whether United will go back there. We did look a year ago. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I'm absolutely knackered. There's nothing else coming in. I'll probably stop the stream and we'll get a here we go on Yamal to Man United. But I think we've just about covered everything. Fabrizio's just tweeted about Yamal, so he's obviously not got something up his sleeve for a 10:30 drop. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the streams today. I hope you have as well. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. Big shout out to Mojo. We've had nearly 20,000 people watching. I'm back at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning and going to get some rest now. And look, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, we've got 3 more days in the week. Funk says, see you in 20 minutes, Mark. Look, if it happens, it happens. But you've been legends today. Please do subscribe so you've got your notifications on. We are live at 10, 2 and 8, but we've been live at different times today. So take care, everyone. Speak to you soon. And tomorrow, it's coming home. Although it's probably not coming home because I don't know how we're going to beat Spain on Sunday. But Menu night tomorrow. Luke Shaw's not Luke Shaw's not starting, by the way. Just very quickly, Luke Shaw's not starting. So Prattgate takes Luke Shaw when he could have been having a pre-season with us, doesn't get fit until the second half of the quarterfinals, comes on and then doesn't pick him in the semi-finals. And you ask yourself the question, why the fuck have you taken him to the Euros, you absolute pillock? He should have been on a beach in June watching the Euros with a sangria. Then he should be in pre-season with us getting ready for the season. What's the bloody point in him not being fit all tournament, comes on in the quarterfinals and then doesn't start the semi-final? There was literally no point in taking him. No point in taking him. Anyway, we'll leave it on that. SA says, which Man United youth player do you think will break through into the first team squad? Collier. And do you think Ahmad will get a real chance this year? Looks like it. Also looks like Palistri's going. Yeah. Who would you take, Yoro or De Ligt, as Bashir? I want De Ligt now. I'm sold on De Ligt. He's experienced. He's the replacement for Varane. You can't start the season with an 18-year-old and Martinez. We need to start the season well. This season needs to be good. We've got haters who want to hate. De Ligt, Martinez is how I want to start the season. Branthwaite and Yoro are inexperienced. We need to start the season well. Take care, everyone. Smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.